Yo, it's good. It's Skano from the gutter. You know when you speak your mind, you're gonna say things that people don't like, and that's okay, because I'm not seeking validation, you know. But just my thoughts. You dudes that think you pushing P or you a player because you are playing the side dude. Y'all like actually are the biggest simps. And I'm explaining to you why, obviously. First of all, and we not coming from no type of moral barometer. I think the morality of it speaks for itself, but we gonna set that aside. We just gonna speak from a practical standpoint. First of all, you have to wait on her. You know, you sitting around waiting on leftovers. You know what I'm saying? That in and of itself, off the rip, is unacceptable. As a man, any self respecting man, now I understand that, you know, simps have to get down how they live, but take it for what it is. You are a simp. You're not pushing P. So if you have to sit around and wait on her to decide when she want to be bothered with you to get another man's leftovers, you know, that's beta simp shit. I think mainly, let's just cut right to it. Mainly because we understand how men are. Let's cut the bullshit. Men play the role like, you know, they don't give no F's about these females woo woo. Most men are, if not tender, very territorial, possessive, you know. And they do get emotional about these women. So you add them elements together and you can have an irrational individual on your hands. And I don't even know if it's irrational if somebody crashes out, you know, over their spouse being unfaithful. So you are willing, not only, you know, like I said, sit around and wait for another man's leftovers, but you are also willing to risk your life and your freedom for another man's leftovers. Man, if that's not beta simp shit, then I really don't know what is. Because a majority of men, and especially in the heat of the moment, it goes what I was saying, when they come upon that knowledge, you know, can be in a pretty irrational state of mind, which equates out to them crashing out on you, wherever you at. So, as I said, you're willing to risk your freedom and your life for pass me down cooch. I can't say that's pushing P, man. I can't say that's pushing P at all. You know what I'm saying? At least not the type of P y'all are talking about. So, nah, I'm gonna have to reject that deposit. So, it's not even, like I said, coming from a standpoint of morality. Because, as far as I know, even in the biblical sense, men were, justified in crashing out on somebody for sleeping with their woman. But and we're not talking about jump offs now. We talking about, somebody's wife, their significant other. Distinctions need to be made. But no, that's not pushing P, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's call it for what it is. And a majority of men have played the side dude or ended up being the side dude just by virtue, by default. It be like that sometimes. And so but if that's your, mantra, playing the side dude, and you think that's some, that give you stripes as far as on some player shit that, no. You actually, a super beta simp. But like I said, this is just my opinion. And opinions are like, you know, everybody has them, right? So, as I said, everybody's not going to agree with me, you know what I'm saying? And I don't expect you to, you know what I'm saying? But y'all niggas now men are now trying to, you know, change the parameters on what's player and what's, just flat out simpery, you know. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Simping is still simping. So, 216 Skano from the gutter.